Hey, so real quick, I just want to take a couple minutes and I want to rank all 22 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And I want to discuss this with you guys. Where does Endgame rank all time? What's the worst? What's the best? I'm just going to give you my 22 through 1, my favorite Marvel movies. Let's go. Number 22 is The Incredible Hulk. I think that's probably the lowest for most people. It just didn't really work. Edward Norton tried to make it kind of like edgy and like angsty, and then they wanted a lot of action and stuff. It just, honestly, The Incredible Hulk was not a very good movie. I think we all know that. I don't need to spend any more time on that. Number 21 might be a surprise for a lot of you, but for me, it's Doctor Strange. Those two, Incredible Hulk and Doctor Strange, are probably the only two Marvel movies that I didn't really even like that much. Doctor Strange was visually really cool, but I've never really been a big fan of his character. It's kind of weird. The movie itself was kind of boring. So I put Doctor Strange at number 21. Number 20 for me was honestly Captain Marvel. The Skrulls twist was kind of cool, I guess, but the movie just didn't really do much for me other than seeing a little bit of Nick Fury's backstory. The way he lost his eye kind of annoyed me a little bit. It was an all right movie. It was okay. I mean, it was Marvel, but I have high expectations for Marvel movies, and it just really didn't do much for me. Number 19 was Thor: Dark World. I think a lot of people probably had that one even lower. I liked Thor. I liked his character. I thought he was fun. Obviously, it had a big, had the Reality Stone, so that it kind of was important for the storyline of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it wasn't a very good film. They tried, I think, too hard to be a little too dark and like edgy. And Thor's character is much better when he's fun, when he's having fun, when he's joking, kind of laughing and stuff. And obviously, we see that in the other Thor movies. 18 was Iron Man 3. Some of you might even have that even lower. It wasn't great. It was kind of weird that the Mandarin wasn't actually like a big time villain. He was just an actor. So I'm gonna put Iron Man 3 down at 18. 16 and 17 are Ant-Man and then Ant-Man and the Wasp. They're fun movies. They're good. They're entertaining. Paul Rudd's hilarious. But they're not epic Marvel movies, right? So I think they're probably better than a lot of other movies that I've seen. But as far as Marvel movies, they're down there at the bottom because they're just, some of these Marvel movies are just so good that Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp are kind of, they're good, they're okay, they're entertaining, they're fun, but they're not nearly on the level of some of these other movies. 15 is Age of Ultron. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it has all the Avengers, it was great, but as far as an actual Avengers movie, it really wasn't that good. The trailer was probably better than the movie itself. Again, we're really splitting hairs at this point. These movies that are above this are really good movies, and Age of Ultron was just a little bit disappointing. 14 is Iron Man 2. I actually liked Iron Man 2 quite a bit because I'm a big War Machine fan personally. So for me, it was cool to see Rhodey finally put on the War Machine armor. Having them fight together was pretty cool. But again, these movies are really good. That's why I have Iron Man 2 down at 14. I have Thor at 13. Honestly, I didn't see this movie in the theaters because I wasn't super excited about the character Thor. So what they did with him was actually super impressive because they made me really like Thor, especially by the end of all of this. Thor became one of my favorite characters, and that movie did a good job of introducing him and make me care about Thor, who honestly was never a character that I grew up like cheering for. 12 is Captain America: The First Avenger. It was good, it was fun. I actually saw it in theaters and didn't really love it because I thought it was a little slow in developing, but it's an origin story, so it took a while to build to the Captain America that we saw throughout the rest of the movies, and Captain America became a great character that I really loved. Number 11 was Spider-Man: Homecoming, and honestly, the reason why I have it just outside of the top 10 is because I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite character. If you don't know me, I love Spider-Man. He's been my favorite superhero since I was a kid, so I have high expectations. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that we've had of the different ones. He's great, but there's just such high expectations for Spider-Man. So for me, it's gonna take more to really like, I don't know what it'll take. Hopefully this next one's really good, but I'm gonna have Spider-Man: Homecoming just at 11, just outside, because it was good, but Spider-Man's just so great. So it's hard to do great characters, which is why number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they did such a good job with Guardians of the Galaxy because I didn't know any of these characters, and they made me like them, and they made me cheer for them, and it was a lot of fun. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is number 10. I liked the first one better, but 2 was really good and really fun. Number 9 is Captain America: Civil War. Really, really good, seeing all the characters together, but again, splitting hairs. The top of these movies are all really, really good. Number 8 is Iron Man. The first one, seeing him on the big screen for the first time was really cool, really exciting. But obviously they've made more movies and they've made better movies since then. Number 7 is Avengers. Again, seeing them all on the screen for the first time was absolutely epic. It was amazing. It was so much fun. but they've made better movies since then, so that's why it's down at 7. 6 is the first Guardians of the Galaxy. That was another movie I didn't see in the theaters. I wasn't that exciting. I didn't know that Chris Pratt would be that good as an action hero, but I loved it. It made me love the characters. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was a really good movie, and I enjoyed it. At 5 was Thor Ragnarok. I loved it. That was one of the movies I left the theater just in a great mood. It was just so much fun. I know some people thought it was kind of too lighthearted, too many jokes, but it was so much fun. I don't think that the jokes really hindered the action at all. I thought it was still a lot of good action, a lot of fun, exciting. And that scene where he comes down with the lightning, like when he first realizes that he has the power inside him, that it's not about the hammer, and it comes down with the music, and one of the best scenes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 4 is Winter Soldier. I know a lot of people have this as their favorite Marvel movie still. It's definitely up there. It's a great movie. The action is really cool. The elevator scene is one of the best scenes in any Marvel movie. It was a lot of fun. It was a great movie, well done. Definitely in my top 5. Number 3 is Black Panther. I actually have that movie really high, and I know a lot of people loved it because it was a black superhero, and it was because it was in Africa, and the music was great, and all that stuff was good, but for me, all of that stuff was extra. For me, it was about the story. It came down to a really good story, and I thought Michael B. Jordan did a great job with Killmonger. He had a villain that you could almost kind of root for, like you could kind of see why he saw things that way with what he went through as a kid, and you could like almost see his point of view. A villain you didn't want to die at the end. All of the music, all of the action, all of that fun stuff, that was all great. But for me, the reason why Black Panther is still up there is because it was such a good story. So obviously 1 and 2 are Infinity War and Endgame, and I'm actually gonna put Infinity War above Endgame. So number 2 is Endgame. It was a fantastic conclusion to the films. I loved everything about it. It was so much fun. The way they went back and retold some of the stories a little bit and they really rewarded you for watching the other films. If you've been a fan of Marvel, at least since 2008, even if you're the comics, I think there's more that I'm not as into the comics as much, that I didn't get as much, but it was great seeing Captain America being able to lift Thor's hammer, and he was kind of like, oh, I knew it, like he could do it the whole time. That final battle where he said Avengers assemble and all of them come together. I mean, just phenomenal, well told, great story. But the reason I put Infinity War higher is because I'd rather watch Infinity War again. Infinity War, for me, was more fun, more entertaining, more action. I understand why Endgame was the way it was. Obviously the sad ending. Not that Infinity War had a very happy ending, but you knew that they were all gonna come back, so it's a little bit different. But Infinity War was more fun for me. And there was more Spider-Man screen time, which is always a plus for me because I'm a big Spider-Man fan. So I'm gonna put Endgame just below Infinity War. And it was fun. It was great. It was the perfect conclusion to this 22 film saga. But I'm gonna give Infinity War a slight edge and say that Infinity War is my favorite Marvel movie. So I wanna know what you guys think. Obviously, this is just my opinion. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with a lot of this stuff. But I wanna know what you guys think because that's part of the fun of these Marvel movies. Obviously, watching them, seeing your heroes on the big screen, the action figures that you played with as a kid, seeing them come to life. Obviously, that's a lot of fun. That's great. But part of the fun of the Marvel movies is other fans, sharing with other fans. So I wanna know what you guys think. Let me know, where do you rank these Marvel movies? Is Infinity War your favorite? Did you like Endgame better? Did I have Ragnarok way too high? Did I have Doctor Strange way too low? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And I love discussing Marvel movies with you. Thanks for watching.